What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a very exciting video where we will talk about the fact that Szoboszlai basically confirmed that Liverpool are in talks to sign Milos Kerkez, the hugely talented Hungarian left back from Bournemouth, and I've been watching him since his early days at AZ Alkmaar because I'm also from Hungary, just like Szoboszlai and Kerkez, and I've been watching Kerkez live in the Puskás Arena for years now because I'm going to the Hungary home games, and it seems that Szoboszlai has confirmed that Liverpool are holding talks with the very exciting left back, and I think we can all agree on Liverpool needing to sign a left back because Robertson is getting on and Tsimikas is not much younger, he's 28 years old, and they are both not long-term solutions to Liverpool's left back problem. That has been the one position which I think Liverpool can upgrade on, and maybe the striker is another problematic position right now. But Szoboszlai basically admitted that he wants Liverpool to sign Bournemouth's Kerkez, and in this video we will take a look at how Kerkez actually compares to Robertson and what his metrics and numbers are and why he would be an absolutely brilliant signing for Liverpool. And this came from a source closely connected to Szoboszlai in Hungary, in István Sallói, who is a sporting director, and he is on great terms. He's friends with Szoboszlai's agent, Mátyás Eszterházy, and speaking on a popular Hungarian podcast, Teljes Terjedelem, Sallói revealed that he has spoken to Szoboszlai to discuss Kerkez's future, and that Szoboszlai indeed confirmed to him Liverpool's interest in Kerkez was real. So this is what Sallói said on the podcast. Kerkez is in a very good shape. His signing is absolutely on the table at Liverpool. The sporting director Richard Hughes, who took him to England, is now at Liverpool. We also spoke with Szoboszlai about this, and he also knows that he's in the picture, that their interest in Kerkez is real. And it's also very interesting that the sporting director who took Kerkez to England, to Bournemouth, is actually now Liverpool's sporting director, because Bournemouth's sporting director at the time was the same Richard Hughes that now is Liverpool's sporting director, and Bournemouth signed Kerkez when Richard Hughes was working at Bournemouth from AZ Alkmaar, and he has been an absolutely brilliant success at Bournemouth. And I mean, look at Bournemouth's recent results, and Kerkez also provided 2 assists in that famous game, Bournemouth's biggest win of the season. Their most famous win was when they beat Manchester City 2-1. The challenge facing Liverpool to complete Milos Kerkez's transfer is that other clubs want him as well, because they are not blind. They see how well Kerkez is doing at a relatively small club. Bournemouth and Man United want to sign him, and other clubs as well. And in the summer, Man United actually wanted Kerkez, but they were only willing to pay £40 million, and Bournemouth valued him at £50 million. However, Bournemouth now believe Kerkez has raised his value following his performances this season, so they might ask for even more money. And in my opinion, if Bournemouth want 55-60 million for Kerkez, I rate him very highly. He's a brilliant player, but I don't think Liverpool should be spent 60 million on Kerkez because he's a good talent, big talent, but Liverpool have maybe a priority of signing a striker if Darwin Núñez doesn't work out this season. But I made a detailed video about Darwin Núñez yesterday, so make sure to watch it if you haven't already. And by the way, if you enjoy these transfer news updates, if you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here, because I post daily updates around Liverpool FC, so turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest videos on my channel. And Robertson has struggled for form this season, even though he picked it up in the last few weeks. At the start of the season, Robertson didn't look particularly great, and the next summer Robertson will have only 1 year left on his contract, and I don't think Liverpool will extend his contract. Hopefully they will extend the contract of Salah, Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Robertson is a different matter, because Robertson, you can see that the majority of his game is based on intensity, tempo, speed, and he's declining in all 3 of those metrics. And Kerkez is just 21 years old, and he represents an ideal candidate for Liverpool's philosophy of signing young talented players capable of growing within Arne Slot's system. And also Szoboszlai, who is a fellow Hungarian, they are good friends. He could provide a key influence in convincing Kerkez to choose Anfield over Man United and Old Trafford. And Kerkez represents everything a modern-day Liverpool left-back should have. Youth, dynamism, attacking mindset. The link to Richard Hughes feels strategic. Having someone who has worked closely with Kerkez in his journey to England strengthens the credibility of this potential transfer. Fans will be excited by how Kerkez's addition could complement Arne Slot's philosophy. A young attacking left-back to rival Robertson would ensure Liverpool remain tactically versatile for years to come. And maybe we are going to sell Tsimikas and keep Robertson for next season, or we could keep all three of those players and rotate them, because Tsimikas picks up knocks, Robertson picks up knocks. So it would be actually very healthy for Liverpool to have three left backs at their disposal. And according to a Spanish outlet, Velo, Bournemouth is also preparing for the sale of Kerkez, because they are already exploring a move for Real Madrid left-back Fran Garcia. The 25-year-old came through Real Madrid's academy before moving to Rayo Vallecano in 2020. He was there on loan, and then they made the transfer permanent after he impressed. And Bournemouth's Iraola was in charge at the time, and he supposedly wants to reunite with his former player in the Premier League. And with Robertson, 31 years old, having only a little bit more than 1 year left on his contract, Tsimikas is 28 years old, so left back could be a priority transfer for Liverpool probably next summer, because we don't want to arrive in a situation where Robertson's legs are finished. Look at Man City and look at how much they are struggling. I'm absolutely reveling and delighted that Man City lost 7 out of the last 10 games. That it was absolutely glorious to watch, because I, as a Liverpool fan, suffered so much because of Man City. And when the legs of the Man City midfielders are gone, then a lot of teams, most teams, are running through the Man City midfield, and they are exposing their defensive weaknesses. Yes, they have a lot of injuries, but you can't excuse those performances by just injuries and missing Rodri, because it's a lot deeper than that. And maybe the Man City players know what's coming for them, getting relegated from the Premier League, hopefully, after the verdict is announced. So maybe they already are giving up on the Man City project and looking to transfer elsewhere. Who knows what is going on in their minds, but this is a lot more deeper, this Man City problem, than just having a few injuries. So let's talk about who is Milos Kerkez. So he was born in Serbia, but he was born in a part of Serbia that used to be Hungarian territory. So he has Hungarian parents, or at least one of his parents is Hungarian. And Kerkez opted to play for the Hungary national team. He also began his football journey as a youth player in the country, playing for my father's hometown club, Eto FC Győr, before moving to the AC Milan academy. Then he later signed for AZ Alkmaar, where he made his first team debut during the 21-22 season. And then next season he established himself as a regular starter in the Netherlands, featuring regularly in a club that was formerly managed by Arne Slot. His impressive performances earned him a move to Bournemouth in the summer of 2023, and it was Liverpool's current sporting director Richard Hughes who identified the defender Kerkez and pushed for his move to England. So it's obvious that Richard Hughes rates Kerkez very highly. Kerkez told the BBC at the end of last season, "I expected the Premier League to be what it's like physically, so it's not been difficult to adapt as I have the physical attributes for it. This season I have grown a lot tactically and on the ball. Iraola's football is similar to what I'm used to, with attacking a lot, playing on the front foot. It's similar to my previous coach in the Netherlands." And Kerkez plays as a wingback for the Hungary national team. We play a 5-3-2 formation, or 5-4-1 formation more likely. And Kerkez is playing as one of the wingbacks, bombing up and down the wing, so he's playing as a left back and left winger sometimes. And also at Bournemouth, he has been given the freedom to push forward in possession. Even though he's a left back, he has a breathless recovery pace, and he's strong on one-on-one defensive skills. As you can see, per 90 minutes he made already 1.5 tackles, 1.1 interceptions. He also getting 0.15 assists per 90 minutes. And he is also having one shot every 2 games, of course, which is nice. And Kerkez makes a high number of progressive carries, 2.6 per 90 minutes, as well as touches in the penalty area. He's a player very much in the mold of a young, energetic Andy Robertson, whose season has basically shown that Robertson has reached his peak and now he's in decline. For Liverpool, it's a move that makes a lot of sense. And Kerkez said, I'm not occupied with transfer news, the people who take care of me deal with all of that. I'm only focused on Bournemouth and my performances here. I know I'm young, I know what I can do and what level I can get to, so I just have to see what happens in the future. And Liverpool also was previously told that a 45 million pound offer would be enough to take Kerkez to Liverpool, and I think that's a lot more reasonable of a price than 55 or 60 million. I think for 55 plus million Liverpool won't sign Kerkez. I predict that we will negotiate between 40 and maybe 45 million. Who knows, we can maybe negotiate it lower as well, but Bournemouth, of course, being in the Premier League, they are not desperate for money, so they can ask for a lot of money because they are well set, because they don't have any problems staying up this season. They are actually pushing for a European place. And right now Kerkez earns around £30,000 per week, so Liverpool would have no problem like almost doubling his wages. Probably he already has 1 goal and 2 assists this season in the Premier League. And here is his scouting report, courtesy of FB Ref, where you can see that in terms of expected assisted goals, non-penalty expected assisted goals, he ranks in the top 26% among his peers in his position. So compared to fullbacks and progressive carries, he ranks in the top 20%, which is really, really nice. In terms of shots, non-penalty expected goals, he ranks in the top 40 or 35% of fullbacks, which is really, really nice. And in terms of his interceptions, he also ranks in the top 30%. Aerial duels won because he's not a tall player, he doesn't rank highly in that, or tackles, but I think being 21 years old, he has bags of potential, so he can improve. And I thought, let's compare the Andy Robertson of right now, this season, to Milos Kerkez's season. And you can see that Andy Robertson has a higher expected goals and similar expected assisted goals numbers to Kerkez. Kerkez actually has higher expected assisted goals. But crucially, Robertson has no goals and no assists this season. Kerkez has 2 assists, which came against Manchester City of all teams. And he also scored this season already against Wolves, which was a great finish, great goal. Kerkez already has 8 shots and Robertson only has 4. His pass completion rate is lower than Andy Robertson, we have to say that, but Bournemouth don't have as much possession as Liverpool as well. And in terms of tackles, challenges and blocks, Kerkez actually ranks higher in almost all of the metrics compared to Robertson, except challenges. In challenges, Robertson is higher, but Kerkez made 13 blocks to Robertson's just 2, which is a staggering difference. And what I love about it is that Kerkez takes on the opposition a lot more than Robertson, and his success rate is double, almost double of Andy Robertson. Kerkez's take-on success rate is 53.8% and Robertson is down at just 28.6%. Kerkez played 2 games more than Robertson, we have to say that as well. He started all 15 games for Bournemouth. So overall, I think Kerkez would be an absolutely sensational signing for Liverpool because he's only 21 years old, and if he's as good right now at 21 years old and in some metrics even better than Robertson at his full potential, imagine how good Kerkez can become when he becomes in his prime, when he becomes 27, 28 years old, with all the experience in the world that he will gain in those years. So I think if Liverpool sign Kerkez, then we could have our left back position sorted for many years. He could be our starting left back for the next 7, 8, maybe even 10 years. I mean, Robertson right now is 10 years older than Kerkez. 10 years older. so he has 10 more years of experience, and yet Kerkez is beating Robertson in some metrics already. And in others, Robertson is better, but not by much. They are pretty similar players. So let me know what you think about this. Do you want Liverpool to sign Kerkez or not? Leave your thoughts down below. And I absolutely love the downfall of Man City. I just wanted to touch on that. I still think that Man City will qualify to the knockout stages, even though they play PSG away from home. They might lose that, but then they have Bruges at home, and they probably need 1 point or 3 points. I just can't see Man City losing against PSG and Bruges. But the way that they are playing right now, they are capable of losing both games, of course, and then Liverpool can actually help knock Man City out if we qualify as a first place team before we play PSV Eindhoven, and we rotate heavily and we lose to PSV Eindhoven, then PSV might overtake Man City. They are now on the same level of points as Man City. Dinamo Zagreb and Paris Saint-Germain could be two teams that could overtake Man City, and VfB Stuttgart as well, because they play Slovan Bratislava next. So it's going to be a very fascinating end to the Champions League campaign. I'm really looking forward to it. And long may the dreadful form of Man City continue. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.